Welcome to Market Like It's Hot, the podcast where strategy sizzles and marketing BS goes to die. Where Yasmine, that's me, and Izzy, who's with me from Rebel Marketing. And around here, we don't believe in chasing those nasty, horrible trends for the sake of it, posting just to post, or burning out while going viral. We prefer you to go burn out when you're watching the news. Instead, we talk about what actually works, real strategies, real talk, and occasional rants about Canva updates, LinkedIn bros, Red Bull, and many more things. Whether you're a team of one running $1 million business or somewhere in between, this is your no fluff, high impact guide to marketing like a rebel. And today we're going to be talking specifically about attorneys or lawyers, which I recently learned what the difference is, but you can Google that on your own, and how to market when it's a sensitive topic. So whether you are, for example, a therapist or a divorce attorney, sometimes you just can't put out people's dirty laundry on social, and it's hard to market. So, but first, 'tis tradition. I have a joke.
All right.
And I tried to find some that were marketing-ish. Okay. So why was the website always nervous?
Why was the website always nervous? I don't know. Somebody was tracking his cookies or something.
Damn it. Too many cookies were watching it. Okay. Izzy did come on board to Rebel Marketing because she was smart, but I didn't think she dang. All right. Okay, let's see if you can get this one. Why did the marketer get kicked off the trampoline?
It's something about bounce. Like it's about oh my god. But about did the email bounce or something?
Too many bounce rates.
Yeah.
Man, I told my SEO joke, but nobody found it. Okay, let's dive into the topic before I run out of ideas for the next episode. So today we're going to be talking about how to market your law firm without crossing the line. Really, we're going to be handling some SEO, some content, social media for law firms or other businesses that handle sensitive information, sensitive cases. And sometimes you just can't, somebody's not going to go on camera and give a testimonial about how awesome their divorce went. Although I might do that, but that's just me. I did learn about the divorce parties are a thing, and that made me excited for, I guess, the person celebrating it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say excited to get a divorce, and I was like, what?
Yeah. My husband walks in, what's this party for? Yeah, for our divorce. I just needed a reason. Also, you're making the food still.
Weird.
All right. So marketing with compassion, not clickbait. Izzy, why does it matter what tone you use? There's family law, divorce, trauma-related cases. Why can't we all just be like the injury lawyers that are like, have you been injured? Call 1-800 blah blah blah. If you don't get money if we don't get money. Wait. Yes.
Well, like one of the words you just said, trauma would probably have to do with that. And so getting yelled at. But again, those are the family law, divorce, and trauma related cases are typically more serious. So having somebody promote themselves yelling and screaming in your face probably is not the best look. Also, with like those trauma related cases, typically they can have some kind of statistic about like how many cases that they win or like, who they've gone against and can show that information, where typically those type of cases are more closed. And also you can't really get in a commercial and be like, I helped her get divorced and like
Yeah.
It's all about the tone. So it's like it might be the people getting divorced might be happy, but they can't be like, I got him for all he's got. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different. It's a different situation. So again, it depends on what kind of law you're in. So the tone matters because in these types of situations, especially you're trying to come across as a professional and probably not as much like Saul from Breaking Bad.
Yeah. I did a long time ago. I think he was mostly on Facebook. There was a lawyer, it was like the funny divorce lawyer, and he would make like dad jokes kind of thing about divorce. But he never was like, yeah, I'm going to help you win this probably trauma related, maybe with children involved case. But he tried to at least make it a little bit less negative.
Mhm.
I would want a shark. What kind of lawyer would you want? I would want somebody that I don't care how much I pay for, that would take everything.
I want Legally Blonde.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's a so
I also want a woman lawyer, but I would want her to be like really badass, like fast talking and like we're gonna take everything, burn his underwear, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So, a few ways that if you are in this situation, not the burning of the underwear, but if you are in this sort of business where you have to handle sensitive cases, whether you are a lawyer or a therapist or something like that, and it's kind of hard to get testimonials and how do you even get people, I guess, eyes on your business? Because a lot of these are referral based. So, what I thought, Izzy, was SEO for sensitive services because it has alliteration in it. Um, okay, so SEO is a very broad thing. Izzy, can you give us like the 30-second overview for anyone who's listening and doesn't understand or hasn't heard of SEO yet?
SEO stands for search engine optimization. That's what you go in to Google and find. It is optimizing those links of those websites. So there's certain keywords within search engine optimization that will promote your website on Google or other search platforms. So using those keywords, you are ranked based off of, I feel like a lawyer with how boring the stock is, but yeah, it's basically how your website is being ranked on Google or other search platforms based off the content that is on your website. So
Mhm.
yeah, and there's differences between um, the different keywords that are used. So there's long tail keywords. There's which sometimes are in the form of questions. Or did I say long term? I meant long tail. I don't know what's coming out of my mouth today. Did I say long term?
I don't know, but
I meant long
please
tail.
let us know in the comments.
I need a Red Bull and a lobotomy, but I'll keep going.
Well, we haven't gotten our Red Bull like sponsorship yet. Red Bull, we're still
I
waiting.
know. I mean, how many times do I have to poke? Like, I think I'm just gonna start DMing them every day. Like day one of emailing Red Bull to like
Every time
so
we mention Red Bull, we should tag them.
yeah, I think that's the only thing. Actually, I will be going into their LinkedIn DMs and I'm going to make that a bit. Like every day I'm going to just DM them. I'd be like day one of messaging you to get a Red Bull
I
partnership.
mean, I'm all for this. I don't even drink Red Bull. I'm all for you getting yourself more Red Bull and getting some kind of sponsorship deal, getting your face on a can of Red Bull.
I would love to see the calculations of how much I've spent on Red Bull over the years because I think it's probably gonna be stupid. But anyway, so actually make me number one search. If I was wanting to be the number one search when you search Red Bull, I would use certain keywords like who is the biggest Red Bull fan? And then my face would pop up. If I, you know, use certain keywords on a website about me, that maybe I would pop up. Does that make more sense? That is, I feel like that's a
Yeah,
good
that's good.
example.
That's a good example. Yeah. You just don't want to be spammy on your site. You don't want to be like Red Bull Izzy, like all over. Or I've seen, well, I haven't seen it recently, thank God, but some people will do like if the background is white, they will do white text and literally just like paste in a bunch of keywords like Red Bull Izzy, Red Bull Izzy, Red Bull Izzy to try to rank, but it's white text on a white background. So design wise, you can't see it, but that's a big no no. Like that's black hat.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah. So Yeah, so I would say SEO would be one of the, if you are in the sensitive sort of service, SEO would be one of the, it's slower than paid ads or something like that, but I would say it's nice, it's organic. If you're going for evergreen content, you can start to build up that momentum, and then you don't have to be everywhere and in front of people all the time and asking, "How's your marriage going?"
Yeah.
um, so I wrote down some examples. So like what happens if I file for divorce first or like emergency custody in Ohio or insert your state. But those are things that you can tailor some of your content around whether you're blogging or maybe that's just an FAQ area on your homepage. You're providing some sort of value. And that's the key, right? And I forget what EEAT stands for in SEO world. I always forget. But basically, you're providing value and you're researching what Izzy said about like those keywords, what's ranking well, what are people searching for, and then again, provide value. So in the example, what happens if I file for divorce first? You're not telling them all of your secrets as an attorney, right? You're not spilling the beans on what you do behind the scenes, but you can give them an idea of your tone of voice, how sensitive you're going to be to the subject, your knowledge, and really get them to trust you.
Yeah.
What are some quick SEO wins that you can provide to them?
Location-based service pages. So if you type in divorce, I can't speak divorce. I said divorce. Like I have an accent or
Maybe
something.
it's the
Divorce.
voice. Isn't that how you say it? Or do you say the Boise? Or
Divorce.
the boys? The boys lawyer? Oh, that could be a thing too. You could brand that.
The
Like, who
boys
are you?
lawyer.
I'm the lawyer for the boys lawyer. I don't know how to do a Boston accent, but I feel like that should also have a Boston accent.
Yeah. Divorce. Divorce lawyer in Columbus, Ohio. Then you're adding in a location to the keywords. This will help also if you have Google My Business, because you're able to put in the location of where you are. And so when people search, sometimes Google will promote those based on distance from you or like rankings or different ratings that they put on your own site. So would recommend that. Blog posts are also good, like getting in a keyword that might be like important that doesn't really go throughout the website currently. So like if there's a topic trending, let's say in the lawyer world, like I don't know what's happening in divorces right now currently, but like let's say like I don't he cheated on me. Can I like get all my money back or something in a divorce? Maybe you want to write a blog post about that. Like it's super hyper specific, but it can bring people to the page who have maybe gone through that. So
Yeah.
I
Oh, yeah, like business, like as a business owner, I guess. My God, my husband, if my husband listens to this, is a business owner, like one of my questions would be that I would love a blog post on would be something like, if I own a business and there was no prenup or anything, how do I get a divorce? Like questions that are very specific. But I mean, there's a lot of business owners that might be going through something like this, and they're literally worried about what they're building up in their business and how divorce is going to
yeah.
happen.
This one's not looking too good for you. um yeah, so like little keywords like that, like, hey, if I own a business, can my husband currently take any money from me? Or like, so just different blog posts like that, but then like making sure that there's other keywords surrounding that major like long tail keyword question.
Another idea would
Oh
be
god.
to sign up. You guys would have to search for this, but like I like planning things. Initiative and taking action is different, but planning things. And so I wonder if you guys do the research on this for your business, how many people are searching for like a checklist, like a 6 month, like how do I prepare in secret kind of like where do I move my money? Do I need to assign my funds to someone else? Should I
First,
buy all the Gucci bags? You know?
divorce journal download for free on your website.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
Divorce calculator,
Mhm,
free with
mhm.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Stuff like that. You never know who's gonna click on it, but if somebody's looking for it, then you might get more leads to business or your website. So that's what I have to say about that. Content that builds trust, not shame. Instead of showing results, show what the process feels like. So what content ideas could a lawyer come up with that, Yasmin?
I would, well, as a parent, unfortunately, what to expect during a custody hearing, or like, and will my kids need a therapist and will he pay for it? Emotion, like there's some emotional people out there and they would might want to prepare emotionally for things. I would say maybe like for myself, maybe getting one of those rented rooms and smashing things, but other people have their own stuff that they want to do. Co-parenting is a big thing. I know that there's a speaker in Columbus, and oh, I wish I could remember her name, but she is like the co-parenting speaker and how to create these co-parent great relationships for the kids. What happens after the papers are signed? Because I'm sure not everything is done, right? You like you've signed the paperwork, but then there's probably a bunch of other steps, and it depends on whether you have kids or pets or whatever, or you're selling the house and it hasn't sold yet. So those are just some. Think of the questions that you've typically gotten from clients, and then answer those. Literally, this podcast episode is from questions that we got, and we
Mhm.
create content on. We're not going to tell you what it was, but just answer the questions that you've gotten from clients, and that's basically your people, and that's what that they're looking for.
Yep. So again, off the same topic, social media that supports that sells. Instead of like making a blog or other types of content, what kind of posts do you think they should be pushing out on their platforms?
I honestly, for me, I would say some kind of educational, something that reassures me who this person is, because depending on the type of law that you're practicing, or business that you're pushing, these these seem like you really need a lot of trust. Jokes aside, like you need to be able to, and this is why there are a lot of referral based, for example, divorce attorneys, because you want to know that there is someone who used them already, and got a great result. So using, I would say storytelling, but anonymous, but education. So, for example, if you do see that a lot of your potential clients are asking about, what does 50-50 custody look like, et cetera, maybe posting about that, assuring them, basically creating trust and them understanding that you are that knowledge base. A few things that you could try on social carousels, like 3 things to do before filing for divorce, um, or 3 things after divorce. So basically, all of the blog posts or all of the FAQs that we just talked about, those could all be social posts. Um, Talking head videos, I think, would be great, because I would literally be working with you, whether you're an immigration lawyer or a divorce lawyer or whatever. I'm going to be working directly with my lawyer, and I want to know that I trust them, that I like them, and those talking head videos, as annoying as it may be, can bridge that gap. At least that's what I think. And then connecting with your referral partners. So therapists, financial planners. There's financial planners out there that their focus, their niche is divorced people and how to get them back on track. Estate attorneys and so on. I don't know, Izzy, what do you think about the talking head videos?
I think they're good. I think it depends on how it is edited
Mm,
nowadays.
yeah.
I think you have to be quick with what the point is, or make it somewhat engaging, or else people will not stick around. Because there are a lot of talking head videos now, but again, if you're not editing it correctly, it might not draw too much engagement or focus on your
Mhm.
videos. So I think
Yeah.
just be careful with what you're posting. So
Yeah. There is, I forget her name. I'm horrible with names, people. But there's an immigration attorney that came up on my TikTok feed, and she wears all pink and she's blonde, and I forget what her name is, but she does a lot of her videos are just talking heads, and I don't even think she speaks a different. I think she just speaks English. But it's just her sitting there talking about what's going on, and she's gained a really big following because of it. So some people overthink it because I know this because I tend to overthink it. And it doesn't need to be super fancy or have music. Again, it depends on the topic. I just feel personally, I feel like if I see a statistic being posted for a therapist or a divorce lawyer or somebody, whomever, it's not for me. That's, oh, that's cool. I didn't know that X percentage of people are now getting divorced. It's just, it's interesting, but it's not going to gain my trust. Does that make sense? Versus seeing your face. Um, don't say anything that's obviously personal details about people. Even if you don't say their name, sometimes the internet can find people. I learned that on TikTok. If your face gets on a video or people say something and they mention enough details, they can find you. Scary. Don't overshare or like bring out client emotions or talk about don't make it so easy that people can figure out who the client is and what they're going through. I guess be nice.
Be nice would be good.
Yeah. All right. So let's dive into websites. Your website, I feel personally that it should be the safe space along with being well branded, but it should feel like I have found who I am looking for. Um, just with every sort of branding, non-judgmental, clear to the point. Make sure that it's calm. They're in a situation. I would say that they're probably in an emotional situation right now, whether that is anger, fear, or something. And you want to make sure that you are like that neutral, safe area. I would avoid, and it depends on your audience. If you really want to niche down, but I would avoid certain language like winning and taking down your ex. Now, if that is your people, totally do it. I don't know. I don't know what a divorce lawyer for a finance bro would be, Izzy, what kind of language they would use, but like, let's take them down versus, let's help you get through this. It's very different. And then again, it depends on your brand and your personality. That one lawyer, it's pink everything, right? That what I talked about, that immigration lawyer. She's always wearing pink. I think her office is full on pink, like a Barbie. But she's still very knowledgeable. And that's just her brand. But you could also consider some softer tones, neutral tones, natural tones. Like you wouldn't be, I don't know, super bright and edgy, maybe. Maybe red wouldn't be the right color. That's a little angry. I know. I would also make sure this is just for everyone to have a clear contact button on every single page. Like tell people what to do, guide them through the page, guide them through that user journey, tell them what to expect on the page. Like if they work with you, what is your process like? What is the process like in general if there are no hiccups in a divorce or in whatever they're experiencing? You can also consider some kind of downloadable item or resource just to help them out. It could be that checklist of how to prepare secretly, how to secretly stalk your person and gather evidence. It could be something like that, or it could be just like what to expect after you file for divorce. That's questions, concerns, Izzy.
No, I think you covered it.
Of course I did. All right. So what are some call to action, some few things that people in this industry can work on? Izzy.
You can write a blog post like one of the topics we have already talked about, or you can audit your homepage, see how it's looking, check the tone, check the keywords that are on your website. Is it clear? Is it concise? Can people find what they're looking for? And then maybe get some active posts on social, whether that's Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. Just go and start posting because it's better to post than not to post. So,
I'd like to add a bonus tip. Check your site and I guess any of your social media banners, if there are any banners like LinkedIn. If you have your city skyline, like if you have the Columbus skyline anywhere on those places, those locations, please remove it. We get it. You're in Columbus. The picture's not going to help the SEO. Like the bots are not going to be like, it's a picture of Columbus, Ohio. You must be Columbus, Ohio. That's not how it works. Um, and all the lawyers have it. And I don't understand why. Like every single lawyer always has their city skyline. And it's very annoying.
yeah, that's fair.
I'd cross you off my list. I'd be like, I like their videos, but they have the skyline of Columbus again.
The dang skyline.
Unless they get lost. Maybe that's how they navigate back. They go to their website and they navigate back to Columbus. Like, yeah, I don't know, like a GPS. All right. Well, thanks, I guess, for listening to another episode of Market Like It's Hot. Hopefully, this episode made you laugh, scream, want to fall asleep, I guess, if you're falling asleep to this podcast, but keep listening. It's fine. Share it with your team or your boss or whomever is, I guess, your divorce lawyer. Share it with them. For tools, templates, and hot takes that we don't share on air, head over to myrebelmarketing.com and grab our free marketing worksheet. That's myrebelmarketing.com/checklist for the worksheet. And if you're feeling bold and rebellious, make sure to DM Izzy. I'm too popular, guys, but DM Izzy on LinkedIn. You can DM me too. And tell us what you're sick of in marketing. Tell us if you're planning on secretly getting a divorce. I won't tell anyone. Give us a skull emoji, I guess, if you are secretly planning it. I like cheese, man. I won't tell anyone. I just like knowing. And then we can throw you a party. Yeah. And then until next time, stay strategic, stay spicy, and whatever you do, don't do what I would do.
Warning, if you share with us that you are getting divorced, we are not lawyers and should not have this confidential information.
Should that have been in the beginning? I mean, I think I can tell.
Yeah, I hope. With the marketing congrats too.
With logo and the intro about us being a marketing agency, and y'all, I'm not a lawyer. Although fun tips for anyone who's still listening. When I was in high school, I wanted to be a white-collar crime defense lawyer. And look at me now.
Have that. Where it's like, if your camera's not mirrored, you can't look at yourself.
I've never flipped it the other, whatever setting it is on, I've never flipped it the other way. The only time it's annoying is when I have like something in my face and I'm like, I'm just gonna, wrong hand.
See, my eyebrows are uneven, so it's like I immediately know if one's higher than the other, like which side I'm on.
I thought you were just giving me like the...
No, my eyebrow knee slip.
So did I tell you one of my eyebrows is stronger than the other one?
I think maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just need to start gelling this one up, like
maybe it needs to work out.
Yeah.
Like this one, see, this one, I think it's stronger or has a faster reaction. So maybe I need to work this week. What? Like I have to work out the other one.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go school now.
After peppers, you're further.
Oh, okay. All right.